Oh, is it live? It's live. I think. Live. Maybe? Can't tell. Just give me 1 second. Sorry, I was just in a little chat before this started, looking at a report now. Alright, anyway. What's going on, guys? My name is Mr. 7. I play in State 666. Today I just wanted to basically have sort of a free-form discussion. See if anybody maybe had some questions. I want to talk about a few heroes and Eden and stuff too. Just kind of winging it right now, honestly. Just no real solid plan. Just going with what happens, trying to feel out what we're gonna do. But I guess I should start maybe by giving sort of qualifications or why I feel that I'm able to speak on the topic of heroes and Eden. So for those who don't know about my base, I am primarily a free-to-play player. So I don't buy packs, not really anything like that. The only thing I do spend money on is arm supply. And so I've built my base almost entirely for free. And when you are forced to play that way, you kind of dig deeper into what heroes can do, what formations are good, that kind of thing. Is this streaming now? Yeah, it should be. Is it not? Can you not see it? Did it not work? Give me a sec. Da, 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 da. No, it's live for me, so yeah, I guess so. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so because I had to build my base for free, like I said, I don't really spend much on the game. I have done my fair share of research into heroes, and so I have a pretty good understanding of how heroes work together with synergy and things like that. But also, being a free-to-play player in an alliance like CHN, they're very strong, right? There's a lot of very, very strong players in CHN and players who know what they're doing. My placement in last season's Doomsday among these monster players was 43. So, being that I don't have the heroes required to be forcing tiles at the extreme high percentages, I feel like 43 was pretty good. So that's just kind of a couple small reasons why I sort of feel like I can talk on the topic of heroes. And like I said, I have done my research. There is stuff I don't know, obviously, and stuff I can learn every day still. I don't have a lot of good heroes. I have some that I can work with. So my knowledge of heroes, a lot of it is theoretical, but I've also seen a lot of testing done firsthand, tested with people who do have all the heroes, do have all the parts, have all the tech, blah, 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 blah. So I'm not just talking out of my ass, essentially, here. So I don't know, that's just kind of why I felt like I was, why the hell am I missing missiles? Oh my god. But that's just kind of why I feel like I can kind of talk about it a little bit. But also, Oh man, no, I totally forgot what I was gonna say. Completely forgot what it was. Oh yeah, in my early uh quote unquote career of Last Shelter, whatever, the time playing it, I spent a lot of my time when I was still back in State 667 helping people uh, learn how heroes work and all that kind of stuff. And I've always said the same thing, and it still remains true to now. And it's the one thing Last Shelter is not interested in teaching you is how to play the game. It doesn't really care at all. There are still a lot of people who are missing major concepts of this game that don't do huge things, and that's not 100% the fault of the player. That's a lot to do with the game. The game is, like I said, it really has no interest in teaching you how to play. So you kind of have to learn everything. Like you get, this is how you fill up an APC. This is how you make troops. This is how you make resources. This is how you attack stuff. And that's the end of what it's willing to teach you, right? Everything else you kind of have to learn on your own. And so my plan with these streams is to sort of share some of the knowledge that I've accumulated over my near 2 years playing this game now, with many of these heroes and stuff like that. So I want more players to know how to play the game. And the game, still to this day, not super interested in teaching them how to do that. So that's the main reason why I started streaming this kind of stuff. So, I hit my mic there for a second. Before I started the stream, I had someone send a couple of heroes. So it was 6 heroes. It was Crusher, Heaven's Redemption, Death Rider, Panther, Anna, and Countdown. And he wanted to know what the best APCs you could make out of that are. And so I don't just want to sit here and say, AKA noob guidance. I didn't say noob. I didn't say nobody was a noob. But anyway, I don't want to just say, this is the formation you should use. I don't want there to just be putting out lists of, hey, you see these 12 heroes that I'm using? You should use these 12 heroes. That's not what I want. Because then everybody would just use the same thing, and that's kind of the effect that those shitty lists give already, right? So what I'm aiming to do with my live streams is to help you understand how the heroes work and how to know who to match with who. That's my goal. Anyway, I don't know how well I'm going to be at explaining that, but I feel like I have a good grasp of the hero, so I'm willing to try. So first, we're going to look at Crusher. Because as you can see, I don't have more than one Crusher, which is fine. You don't need every hero to know how heroes work because the skills, they're laid out, right? So, status skill. Status skill means passive, basically. So whenever the squad takes basic attacks, the first status will be entered. Recover troops each turn 20%, last 2 turns, first aids. That's weak, honestly, but not bad. 60% oh, that's why, because he's not really a healer, is he? No. This is like fake shit. Anyway. So, one of the first things when you're trying to figure out what's up with a hero, obviously a lot of people know one of the first things you work with is range, right? So Crusher, this is a status skill, which means he's not trying to cast it on the enemy. As a range of 1, it's irrelevant. It means he's only going to use it on himself. So that range doesn't actually mean anything. He's just going to use it on himself. This one has an effective range of 3. Okay? Targets 2 random enemy squads within the range. 331% to 2 squads. That's pretty good. But that's not. That's why I'm not a big fan of Crusher, personally. But he does heal himself back. Anyway, so just for I guess reference to how range works. Okay, so if you pull up a battle, I know a lot of people will already know this, but like I said, the purpose of these streams is to be educational, and so I don't feel like explaining things that people might already know is bad. So we look at a battle. You can look here. This is your back line. This is your middle line. This is your front line. This is the enemy front line. This is the enemy second line. And this is the enemy back line. So when you take Crusher, he's typically a first line hero, and you're calculating his range. So his range has a skill of 3. So 0, 1, 2, 3. Technically, Crusher in the front line could hit all 3 of the enemy squads. If Crusher was in the second line, this would then become 1, this would be 2, and this would be 3. So then Crusher could only target the first 2 lines. And again, in the back, 1, 2, 3. Crusher could only target the first line, right? So that's just a very quick and basic explanation on how range works. It's just calculated from where the hero is in position. So, this again, range 4, still puts him at a front line. If you want him to be the most effective, Crusher is 100% as a frontline hero. Most people know that about Crusher, right? So, 50% chance to taunt 2 random enemies within range, lasting 2 turns, make the squad enter counter-attack status, and return 150% damage. So, basically, you can Crusher DR, HR, and HRDR Anna, or Crusher DR Anna. Alright, hold on, I'll get to that in a second. So basically, a lot of people know about Crusher already. He's kind of like a double-edged sword, right? So Crusher does decent damage, does a lot of damage to himself, doesn't really heal himself all that much. He kind of needs support, right? Like a healer. So the way the APC he sent me was set up was Crusher, Heaven's Redemption, and Death Rider, which is good because Heaven's Redemption, okay, hello. I'm not really interested in the Play Store, thanks. But Heaven's Redemption is a great healer. Like everybody, he's one of those like consistent ones. He's one that's gonna heal a lot often, and he's very reliable for that. Silence 2 random enemy squads, 20% less damage. 30%. Okay, so this is an example of a combat skill which he is trying to cast on other heroes, but targets friendly squads. So effective range of 2, meaning it doesn't matter where you place HR, he's going to be able to use this skill on all of your squads. Same with this one. Same with this one, right? So Heaven's Redemption can kind of go anywhere. Downside to Heaven's Redemption, doesn't do damage, really, at all. He's super support, but he's a great hero, right? 30% chance to make all friendly squads at 60%. See, this is one thing I personally don't like that much. I think evasion is a stupid skill. I think evasion heroes typically are a lot weaker than heroes who are trying to do other things. Just because, what's up, Ivan? Welcome, welcome. Just because, I don't know, they just, this is how I always explain it. If you're going up against Kami, Wrath, Death Rider, right? Everybody knows Kami, Wrath, Death Rider is a pretty good APC, does a lot of kills. If you are going against that, and Death Rider pops his biggest skill, and he uses it on your guy, and your guy evades that, perfect. You know, that's great. That's how you want it to work ideally every single time. Problem is, what's more likely to happen is you're going to dodge a basic attack, and then you're just going to take that full damage anyway. So it's kind of, evasion is something that sounds good on paper, but isn't really that great. Just because, like I said, it depends. It's like a lot of these. It's like a lot of these heroes who target other squads specifically. So as soon as the battle starts, they pick 1, 2, 3. That's who they're gonna target, right? Whichever one. Those squads can be very hit and miss, specifically because if it locks onto something bad, it's not gonna. That whole fight is gonna suck, right? So this is the same idea. If it dodges something huge, you're great. You're laughing. But if it dodges something small and then you take the huge hit anyway, you might as well have not even had the evasion. That's why I don't personally like evasion heroes. It's a lot of what made the Three Sisters work back in the day, but that's just because they kind of had the best skill set at the time. There wasn't really anything else beating them. So regardless of what they did, they were just the best for the time, right? But now you very rarely see anyone use the Three Sisters APC because it's considered to be weak. It just doesn't do that much, right? So Heaven's Redemption is a good solid hero too, but this is, I'm just kind of, I know it might be a, like I said, this is a freeform thing, so I'm kind of just talking off the top of my head. I don't have anything written down, I don't have any talking points or anything like that. I'm just kind of winging it. And so I feel like, I don't know, if this is helpful to kind of understand how hero skills work, then I've succeeded, right? So the third hero in the squad was Death Rider, who is an exceptional hero. Everybody knows Death Rider's great, right? I mean, what are you gonna do? He's amazing. This right here, in combat, self squad gains Declarity status, immune to silence, disarm, suppression, confusion, and gains 60% might increase, plus does 30% more damage. Okay? This is awesome. What a lot of people don't realize about this skill is Death Rider has to cast this skill. This is not automatic. He doesn't start the battle with this. He has to cast this. So this is one thing a lot of people don't take into consideration, I guess, about Death Rider. I know a lot of people that didn't know that he had to cast this skill. He is not just immediately immune, he has to cast this skill. So for example, if you use an APC with Anna, okay, and this is a specific example I've seen, because Anna for the first 3 turns gives additional combat speed. And for those who don't know how combat speed works, all it is if your combat speed is higher, you will attack first. If their combat speed is higher, they will attack first. So when you pair Death Rider or a hero that can stun with Anna and put it up against Death Rider, who doesn't have Anna supporting him, what's going to happen is, it's not going to happen every time, so it's not a guaranteed counter to this, but it is possible for Anna's combat speed to kick in, for your heroes to hit and stun Death Rider before he can do this skill. And that really cuts Death Rider in half, basically. I think he does try to do it again afterwards, but you can get 1 to 2 turns where Death Rider is weaker, and Death Rider isn't immune to being silenced, and if you're able to silence him multiple turns in a row, you could actually prevent Death Rider from using this skill at all. So while Death Rider is really good, it's important to remember that Death Rider has to cast this skill. This is not automatic. So the other things that make Death Rider good, well, the main thing that makes Death Rider good is he hits like a truck. He's so strong. 60% chance is insane. Over half the time, he's going to do 226% damage to multiple enemy squads. So it's 2. So he can hit, if he's in the back, right? Like we said, here's your back line. So he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can hit everything. So Death Rider in the back line can hit everything with this. So he could hit first and second. He could hit first and third. He could hit second and third. He could hit all kinds of stuff with this, and 60% is huge. Death Rider's gonna use that skill a lot. 226% is low, but because it's backed up by 60% chance to hit, and additionally 60% more might and 30% more damage. Like, Death Rider is insane, right? Everybody knows that. This is one of the kind of things that... This right here is insane. Like, even 40% is really high. I don't know how many people realize that 40% is good. Obviously, you want to be over 50 because that means over half the time. But 40% is still pretty close to a 50-50 chance that he's going to do this, right? It is one turn prep, which sucks. But anyway, mention the fact that DR in second row can hit Nomad. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because for those of you who don't know how Nomad works, let's have a look at him. Where is he? Yeah, here, this is it. So self squad basic attack damage is increased by 100%, which is obviously great. And when the enemy is tallying skill range, this squad is considered to be +1 range away. Okay? So what that means is if Death Rider is in your back line, he would need a range of 6 to hit Nomad in the enemy back line, which is impossible. So if you move Death Rider into the second row, it is true he is able to then hit Nomad. I don't know how important that is now, because I think Kami Wrath DR will probably do a pretty good amount of work to a Nomad EPC anyway, but yeah, just one of those things to consider. This is actually huge. This is one of the things, on top of the fact that he does insane damage, right? Like 742, 455. 35 is not that great, but it's still closer than some of the... There's some heroes out there that do the 25% chance and the 20% chance, stuff like that. So 35 is still not bad, but 35 to do 742% damage is insane. 742 is so much, especially when he's already doing a lot, because he's a shooter hero. 40% chance, increase, yeah. See. So this is one of the things that makes Nomad pair really well with, who was it? Oh, now I can't remember. There was another hero. It's completely slipping my mind at this point. Oh, I guess I'll just have to forget about it, because I honestly can't remember who it was. But yesterday I had this thought that Nomad has a really good synergy with one of these other heroes. Now I can't remember what it is, so I'll just have to try to remember it for later, I guess. But anyway, back to what we were saying. So, Crusher Heaven's Death Rider is the way it's currently set up. Is it Predator? It might be Predator. Skill dash 30%. +1 attack score. It's Predator. Yeah. It's Predator. Which everybody knows already, right? But the reason I was thinking about it is because I know a lot of people seem to think that Nomad and Hummingbird are kind of interchangeable, which isn't really the case. They are both very strong shooter heroes, but they do very different things. Nomad is more focused on doing basic attack damage, and a lot of it. Hummingbird is more focused on doing a lot of skill damage. But anyway, what was I saying? Crusher, Heaven's Redemption, and Death Rider. And then the other one was Panther and Countdown. So let's look at Panther now. Where is he? I have one. There he is. Not everyone knows. Yeah, that's again the entire purpose of why I'm doing this. And I will say things like that, but I know not everybody knows. And again, this is why I'm doing it, because not everybody knows, because the game doesn't care to teach you that, right? But even if you're saying you didn't know that, think about the known APCs, right? Hunk Tracker, Nomad. That was a big one for a long time. It's no surprise that the two work great together. Thinking about Ana, Predator, Nomad. The thing about that is Ana only supplies her buff to vehicles. Her combat speed buff. Yeah, vehicle combat speed buff. So while it's true she will stack this damage, I don't know. I don't know how much I like that, just because this basically takes one of her most valuable skills and makes it not really work. Which is a downside, right? Alright, so we can look at Panther now. The other APC is using. I'm not sure if he's using it because these are the vehicle heroes he has. That's kind of what I'm assuming. But Panther is not a bad hero for certain things, mostly for tiling. Overall, Panther's not that great in battle, just because he's like a fluff hero. He does all this. He wants to make your squads better, but doesn't really do anything. He's all prep. He's all support. Right. Allied squad, normal attack damage, and passive skill damage by 80%. That sucks. The effect is reduced by 1/4 per turn. So, diminishing returns on Panther. For the first 3 turns of battle, the front row vehicle squad, again, specific to vehicles. So, Panther's not one that's going to fit in a multitude of APCs because he's got a job to do. It's like a lot of heroes have a specific job that they're trying to do, but then a lot are locked like this. Whereas this guy can only really work with vehicle heroes superbly well. Everything else is rough. 70% chance to enter counter-attack state, which deals 250% return damage to the sword when basic attacked. Again, it's fine. Totally fine. Just the fact that Panther doesn't really kill anything sucks. That's one... I don't want to call it a dead slot in your APC because he's not. Sorry, I just got reading chat for a second. Predator and Ivan Max. Oh, Panther, sorry. I have Panther and Ivan Max. Except Ana, which hero is good with that combo? We can look at that in a minute. I just don't want to get derailed from what I'm saying here. Because I've been trying to talk about these 6 heroes or whatever and making the APC for like half an hour already. But anyway, 2 random squads have 78% chance to enter splashing state, normal attack. So again, Panther is more useful for tiles than he is for combat. He's not useless, but he's more useful. Ana is one of my favorite heroes, hands down. I've always liked this hero. But we've already talked about her a few times, right? She's got this incredible damage stacking ability. 12% extra damage, maximum 5 stacks means if she stacks it all the way up, 60% extra damage. Great. Huge. This right here, 180 vehicle combat speed and 280... Oh no, that's not the one I mean. This one. Yeah. During the first 3 turns, all friendly squads gain 100 combat speed. Okay, so this specifically is the one. This probably... It doesn't say this is specific to vehicles. So that might actually work. I thought she was. But it's only her other one that's specific to vehicles. So this is all friendly squads gain 100 combat speed. And 70% chance to do basic attacks each turn. So again, yeah, you're right. I think Ana, Predator, and Nomad would be a fantastic APC. I don't see any problem with that APC. Except for... Ana's not... she doesn't really want to be in the front. But that's the only downside of that APC. Because you want her to live long enough to nail these. You want her to get that damage off. And she dies first. Obviously, she's not going to do that. This is also great. Chance to remove all debuffs of friendly vehicles and shooters. This is see. This is why you have to read the wording of the skills. Why doesn't she do anything for fighters at all? She doesn't give a shit about fighters. And have their basic attack 25% chance to cause 1 turn suppression lasting 1 turn. So that's obviously really good. So Anna does a lot of stuff. I wish I had Predator and Nomad Max to try that APC because I really would like to see how it works now. But again, I think Anna's being locked into Anna, Predator, Huntress right now, I think. So, I don't know if it's better than that, because Huntress has the ability to kill a squad in 1 turn, which is insanity. Like, she can literally round 1 pump out enough damage to instant wipe out 1 full squad. It's crazy. Nomad can't do that. He can do a lot of damage, but he can't do that, right? So that combo might be better. If you don't have Huntress, I can't see why Anna, Predator, Nomad would be bad. But again, I think Huntress is the better way to go right now, just because, well, it's also being countered a lot. But anyway, it's just more bang 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 damage, and when you're trying to break somebody, you want more kills, right? And the last one was Countdown. Countdown, decent hero. Can't really. This is the main reason I don't like Countdown all that much, but she's not a bad hero. You really want to pair Countdown with some skill damage heroes for obvious reasons, because she boosts them, right? But she's range 5 all around. Oh, 4. Yeah, 5, 5, 4. 4 is just as good because it's a status skill. It's irrelevant. It really just doesn't matter. 30% chance. See, when you start getting to 30, that's where it starts being really low. That's where this is the range it's scary to be in, because these heroes you can't rely on. I like Nomad better because Huntress is so easily countered. Nomad's not exactly hard to counter either, to be honest with you. Not anymore. It used to be. It used to be real hard. But anyway, 30% chances where it starts getting scary, right? But it does have heal block, which is great. 1 turn prep, 35% chance, deal 30 and 34%. All enemy squads within range, so she's going to hit everybody with that. But again, 35% and 1 turn prep. So she's actually probably on average going to use this once, maybe twice per an entire battle, which is, not that great. So in terms of, now that I've looked at the 6 heroes, in terms of what APCs to make, for your main one, I would definitely, Countdown wouldn't be getting switched in. I think I mentioned this already to him, that the only real improvement I could see, because Crusher does have good synergy with Heaven's Redemption, and Death Rider is Death Rider, so he can just sit in the back and do whatever. It doesn't really matter who Death Rider plays with. He's just great at it. They don't have a ton of synergy with Death Rider, but again, Death Rider's not relying on synergy. He's really strong on his own. I made the suggestion that rather than run Crusher, Heaven's Redemption, Death Rider, Panther, Anna, Countdown, that he try Heaven's Redemption, Anna, Death Rider, and then Crusher, Panther, Countdown. Those were the suggestions that I made. The biggest glaring problem, and it's not really one that I'm creating because he already has Panther matched with Countdown. This is why. Because if you look at it like this, Panther and Countdown don't actually work together at all. This is creating, almost creating two dead skills, because Countdown can't normal attack. So boosting that damage is irrelevant, obviously. But yeah, I don't know. It's just, I would wonder what other options you have other than Panther, because Panther and Countdown aren't going to do great together. But also, Panther doesn't really want to slot into that Death Rider APC because he's not good enough, basically, to support Death Rider. And he's not good enough to stand on his own in place of Heaven's Redemption or Crusher. Both of those are going to be better in whatever slot you put him in than Panther, just because he's not that great at combat. And a back row might work better. Yeah, but that would be subjective. It would depend on what you're facing, because as soon as you move Death Rider up to that second row, he's in more danger. And Death Rider is 100% the hero you want to live more than those other two, because he's carrying that team with all his damage. He's being supported by Heaven's Redemption. He's being supported by Anna. But Death Rider is the main driving force in that APC. So having him in the back row increases his chance of survival, and I think it would work both ways. But I don't know. You might get more damage stacks with Anna in the back, but Death Rider could potentially die first, which is not what you want. If Death Rider gets early stunned, or Death Rider gets early killed, that APC is going to do nothing. It's going to sit there and do nothing. It's going to try to heal itself until the end of battle. That's all it can do. So, I personally think it would be better with Anna in the middle, but I think it could work either way. So anyway, I don't know if that 100% answers your question, but that is the change that I would at least make and try. To preserves Anna stacks and focus fire against enemy front row. Yeah, but it depends. It like I said, it depends on what you face. It could work either way. I just think it would have better consistency with Death Rider in the back row. How much more or less consistent, I don't know exactly. I don't have Crusher to test it right now, unfortunately. Or Heaven's Redemption. I might find somebody who does have them and see that test for next time. But I don't have them right now. So anyway, Zilly Boy says, I have Panther and Anna and Ivan Max, except Anna. Which hero is good with that combo? So let's have a look. We just looked at Panther, so we don't really need to again, but we'll do it real quick. Again, Panther's whole deal is he wants to buff your squad's normal attacks. And this splashing thing, it's just like beef up the weaker damage that your heroes do and make it hit more things. That's kind of what Panther's whole job is. And this counterattack thing is okay too. So we'll look at Ivan, who I do not have even one single Ivan because this game fucking hates me. Not a single Ivan. Very upset about that because I love this hero. He's great. Increase 80% damage for the squad the hero is in. Wonderful. Not dependent on your skill damage, not dependent on your basic attack damage. Just a general buff, right, for Ivan. After normal attack, there's a 40% chance to cause 2 attacks on a random enemy squad within range, each attack causing 348% damage. Each attack is an independent calculation. Again, great. 34%, which goes above our little 30% is the scary zone. Anything below 30 is the scary zone. Those are very inconsistent heroes at that 30% marker. 34 is still very, 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 very low. but, you know, at least it's not prep. So after normal attacks, deal 465% damage to one random enemy squad within range and afflict them with silence. Enemies under silent status cannot use any combat skills for 1 turn. Okay, so if you're trying to find a third for Ivan and Panther, we just went over their skills. You can tell right away, Ivan just kind of does lots of things, right? Is this skill damage? Passive skill, status skill. So this, I think, is considered skill damage still, but everything else he does is considered or is calculated under his basic attack. So Panther is a great hero to pair with Ivan. So who would be your third one? Let's figure that out. So you would want a hero supporting basic attacks. That would be your ideal choice for your third. Another option to consider, because Panther doesn't heal and Ivan doesn't heal, is to have a healer in that third slot. There's not really much else. For example, you would never want to pair Panther and Ivan with Countdown because there's no synergy there. Countdown can't even basic attack. Pairing with... See, the best... I know you said other than Anna. Anna is the best to fit with that threat. I think it's known as the 3 Russians, right? But let's take a look at a few other heroes and see what we can figure out. So you would probably want to run... Ivan's going to be in your backline. Panther can play either. It doesn't matter because he's passive. So let's have a look at a couple of vehicle heroes. We can just start at the top. We can just go with Huntress. Ignores basic resistance for 3 turns. Normal attacks on the opposing squad. Huntress would be great. Yep. Huntress would be a great combo with... Well, I say great, but... Maybe Kamikaze? Kamikaze's a lot of skill damage. But he's a good healer. Where is he? I'm using him. Status skill, self-squatting damage for 2%, yeah. Status skill, combat skill, 40%, 30% damage. I guess he's not that much skill damage. He just does a lot of stuff. No, he's not that much skill damage. That could work. 1 random friendly squad to recover troops each turn. Yeah, I don't see why Kamikaze, Panther, or Ivan wouldn't be terrible. I could see why it would be countered by some serious shooter APCs, but that's obvious. Shooters counter vehicles, right? Kami would be a decent choice. That's fair. Huntress, like I said, would be a decent choice, but I think you said you don't have Huntress. That's development heroes. If you, I don't suppose, you're not trying to mix right now, right? First 3 turns, 80% disarm, 30% silence. Caesar's gamble. He gambles like he's really low. 30% and prep. But it hits multiple squads. Caesar might be an option, but it would be inconsistent, in my opinion. It wouldn't be as consistent as Kamikaze for sure. Well, you gotta tell me who you have. Who are your options? Who are your options? Wasteland Knowledge Competition. Do you guys want to see how much I know? Oh, no. I'm not gonna look at that. I'm not gonna look at that. It's gonna be some crazy shit. No Bane, no Caesar either, but I saw he isn't bad. Yeah, Caesar's not a bad hero. He's just he's an inconsistent hero. One of the early Baneblade mixes that got most commonly used before Season X was Caesar, Tech Priestess, and Hummingbird, I believe. In the squad formation is wiped out, other squads will push forward and take their place. They sure will. They sure will. We'll show you one day my heroes. Yeah. Siege attack can be increased by upgrading towers. I don't know. I actually don't remember. No, towers for defending. That's right. I actually just want to get these 3 done. I don't really give a shit. I haven't done any of these. Wait, are the rewards even good for these? You can't look? You can't look. Why? Why can't I look? Alright. Crusher Panther Ivan isn't bad. I've been using it on the other account. Crusher Panther Ivan. Yep. I don't see any real problem with that except that it doesn't really have any sort of sustain built into the APC. It's very aggressive. Oh shit, Kamikaze's here. Robots and other programs that run the game automatically count and are not allowed in the game. Do you guys know that? Yeah, this thing, this whole fucking knowledge competition, I love that it's like, some of the questions in here are like, Hound and Shootaman don't get along because Shootaman doesn't like dogs, or something like that. It's like, how the fuck would I know that? Who the fuck knows that? Who knows that? Honestly, who's that familiar with the Last Shelter survival lore that you know that Shootaman and Hound aren't friends? Nobody fucking knows that shit. Get out of here with that. Commanders from other alliances can teleport their base onto your alliance's territory during the old world. I don't fucking know what that is. No? Perfect. What's the old world relic event? I've never seen that before. I've played this game for 2 years. Alliance points can be obtained through alliance donations. Wait, alliance points? Do you mean contribution? Why isn't it called contribution then? Mickey Mouse has 2 fingers and a thumb? What the fuck? What's Mickey Mouse got to do? The fuck does Mickey Mouse got to do with Last Shelter? During Clash of Zone, opponent states are voted by commanders. I wish. That'd be fucking epic. I got a question whether mercury is a metal. What the fuck? Changing to a new class will inherit that level of the previous class. Wait. Oh, I misunderstood the question. I thought it was asking if you switched classes to, like, oh my god. I thought it was asking if you switched classes, but you already had stats in that other class, if it would stay, and of course it would. Fuck. Oh yay, more of these. This is not worth doing. A super recruitment ticket is cool, I guess. But I bet you the odds of getting one of those is pretty low. I thought it was asking if... Oh my god. That sucks. I misread. I misunderstood. Composite materials, any materials will be destroyed. Yeah, they will. You think you can save that shit? Mm-mm. Every season you gotta spend more money. Season contribution budget. Yup. What is this? What is this? What is this? Who? What? Goodbye. President can be of the state can appoint various state officials. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. These guys are trolling, right? Like, what the fuck is this? Oh yeah, they're trying to get people to think. Commanders from other alliances can teleport their base. No, see, I know that now, but only because you told me. I didn't. There's no way I could have known that before. Beginner teleports can change states before the commander's base reaches level 6. Oh, these guys know. These guys know. This is gonna be tough. KFC is a British fast food company. You think? Do you guys think Kentucky Fried Chicken is a British fast food company? These guys do. Good old Kentucky Britain. If two squads have the same speed during battles, then the attacking side will go first? Fuck. I think so. Right? Yeah. Upgrade the garrison requires war horns. War horns. No? I don't remember what they're called. Oh, defensive components. Okay. In Norse mythology, Gungnir is the spear of the god Odin. That's a great question. I wish I knew. I did know. Roman soldiers had to bring their own equipment. What? No. Yes? We all lose? We all lose. Nobody knew that. Nobody fucking knew that shit. How the fuck would you know that? Alright, anyway. Those questions, some of them it's like, okay, yeah, this is about the game. Some of them just, I don't know. Why call it the Wasteland Knowledge Competition if you're going to have questions about that? It makes no sense to me. What's the hourly right now? Hell yeah! Hell yeah, let's speed up some materials. Burr, 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 burr. To make my final Baneblade part, used 2 parts that I was using. So currently right now I don't have a couple of parts for my Dreadnought and my Phantom and Ranger set, unfortunately. And I also hate doing this on the computer. This feels really slow. And bop, bop. That's not going to be it, is it? No, I need to make one more still. Close, getting there. Okay, come on. There you go. There you go. Ask me, I played it. I have a base in 1083. Is that what, the old relic event? What is it? The fuck is it? Nice. Cirque answered all the questions in today's contest. Okay. So Cirque uses Google. We all know that now. Oh, people are outside. I'm gonna sign up because I'm crazy. I'm gonna sign up like that because I'm twice as crazy. Now you all know. Counter me. Everyone in 666. Counter me. Alright. We got any more Eden or hero questions that we can go over? Something like Eden but with towers. Weird. Very strange. I've never heard of it. Except in that competition thing. The, Wasteland, whatever the fuck. I might as well just get all of these. I mean, there's no point not to. All these resources just sit here. I need these still. Building towers and taking relic buildings. Okay. Why not buy that? Why not buy that? Why not buy that? Put some electricity in the bank. This is base management stream now. This is what it's all about. Give me the metal. Why not? I only have 1 billion left. Is it? Yeah, only 1 billion left. I'm gonna run out. Didn't I do this? Oh, yeah, that's right. That was them being finished. Alright. What are your guys' favorite heroes? Not worth too much. 30 tickets and some reds and diamonds for first place. How long does it take, though? Is it like a 45-day thing? Like Eden? I know Sass's favorite hero. I know Sass's favorite combination of heroes. One trick Sass over here. Could explain mixing big Baneblade parts with gold for FTP. I didn't really do that, honestly. I didn't really do that. 2 months for 30 tickets? Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, I don't actually know that much about that, Sass, because I didn't do that. I just made, I made the gun, then I made the plate, then I made the suspension, then this, and until I finished these 3 here, I just had them purple. So I don't know. I really don't know that much about mixing just regular parts. Two trick pony. That's right. You're a 2-trick pony because you also mix in Tech Priestess. That's right. Good for a start. I mean, I guess. Alright. Yeah, 2 months for 30 tickets and some resources. I don't know. I don't know, man. That's a lot to ask. Sorry, I'm just looking through some messages here real quick. What do we have here? Oh, wow, really? So not only does Shadow Hummingbird Deus counter and Predator Huntress, but Shadow Inquisitor Valkyrie also does? Interesting. Quite interesting, in fact. How many sets do I have? Just one. I just have one. Just the one. So far. Like I said at the beginning, I'm free to play. So I just recently, I think last week, finished that Baneblade set. And I did it by sacrificing my parts. No. So I have to rebuild those. This I'm really excited about. 2 more days. Oh, please be Kami, Death Rider. No, Kami was last time, right? Kami was... Who was here last time? Was it Kami? How to build immunity fast. Or forcing tiles? Or 4 forcing tiles? Sadly, the fastest way to build immunity is to pay for it. Because when the season starts, if you grab that first composite material pack or whatever, it puts you so much further ahead than people who don't buy it that it's kind of wild. But basically, you just want to get in the first day, grab up as many tiles as you can, use your durability, and then get your processing plants up so that early on you are processing more, and it'll help for the long run. But you don't want to go too high because you do want to save composite material. I forced it 40% poison with Ivan Panther. You know, I have seen reports of people forcing tiles up to 30%, up to level 14 tiles with standard orange heroes. Which is kind of crazy. I didn't think they could do that. Like, it was like Forsaken... I can't even remember. It was just some standard orange heroes, though. Like, nothing special. Like, shoot a man, destroy a... whatever. Explain Guardian power and lineups. Okay. So, what is it? What is it? The current meta APC for forcing tiles is what? It is Ivan, Sven, and Panther, isn't it? I don't have that stupid sheet out in front of me. You couldn't do over 12s at 40%? Are you talking about one hit or multiple hits? Because that doesn't sound right. I one hit force 60% plus with Ivan, Sven, Panther, but that was level 12 and below. One hit forcing. See, that's the thing. A lot of people don't understand exactly about those APCs. It's true with that APC, with some Doomsday, Guardian Fortress, Assault Fortress upgrades, whatever. That APC can force really high level tiles. But that is not in one hit. A lot of people neglect to mention that. You can force up to like 80, 90% in some situations. But it's going to be a lot of hits. It's just a matter of, yes, you will be able to take that tile. So, is it worth doing? It depends on the situation. If you are in Total War Doomsday 3 seasons ago, and in the first week or the first 4 days, whatever, you could force the level 16 tile. You could get into an enemy state on the first war. You could get to a 16 tile, and you'll probably hold that thing for like 2 weeks. And they'll have a really hard time forcing you guys out of their state because you have that 16 tile, right? So, but that kind of isn't the way things work as the seasons progress. Because people get stronger. Every single season, people get stronger. Their specialty goes up. They're able to do more and more and more with their resources every season, right? 16 took me like 8 hits or something. Yeah. It's not a 1-to-1, use this APC, and then you can take any tiles at whatever. It's many hits. It's multiple hits. And it's because you use so few troops. And you lose. You do lose a lot. I'm not gonna lie. When you force 16s at high percent, you do lose a lot. But it's a lot more it's a lot less because you send what is it, like 100,000 in Ivan's row, 10,000, 10,000, or something like that in the other two rows, or 20,000, 20,000, whatever it ends up being, and that's just what you send over and over and over again. And it depends how it works. I think that APC, what most people were saying back in the day, when it first came out, was it's dependent on Ivan's skill use. So if Ivan uses 4 or more skills, it's generally going to win. If Ivan uses 3 or less skills, typically it loses. So it's really dependent on Ivan doing something. So even though you might hit 116 and it only takes you 4 hits to take it, but the next one could take you 6, the next one could take you 8. It depends on what Ivan does, as far as I understand. It might be 3 or more. I think it's either 3 or more or 4 or more. When I force tiles, I use Panther, Farseer, and Anna. And I can force 16s up to 28%, I think it was. With that APC. This was before I had Baneblade, so I might even be able to push further than that. But Panther, Farseer, Anna was okay. I probably won't use that this season. I have better options. I have a lot better options this season than last season. So that's what I was using. I might use it again, but I probably will explore some other options. Even with level 16 immunity, I was losing a ton of troops, which is why having overabundance of troops is necessary. Yes, but there are ones... Okay, how do I explain this? Okay, so last season, we had a pretty passive season. We didn't really fight that much. We fought in the first couple of weeks, then it was a surrender, and we just tile trained for the rest of the season. So during that time, I was experimenting with what heroes to use when training on the tiles, because I only did 16s. I never wanted to do lower than 16s because it was just worth so much, so I was losing a lot. And then I started to look and really see what I could piece together. And I actually found out that Koshi with 5 skills, Nomad with 5 skills, and who else was it? I had a third one in here. I can't remember who it was now. I think it was just Iron Guard, actually. So I had Koshi with 5 skills, Iron Guard in the middle, and then Nomad with 5 skills. That APC could tile train on level 16 tiles with 0 losses. With no parts. So it's just a matter of figuring out what works. I wish I found that out earlier, but I only found it out in like the last 4 or 5 days of the season, so I ended up losing a lot of troops before I found out I could do something like that. But 2 heroes with 5 skills and 1 max Iron Guard, who's just a standard orange hero, right? That not losing anything on 16s, it's crazy. It's pretty good. I was basically just taking a healer and pairing it with 2 other things that were strong. It works. Yep, it absolutely works. I don't have any of the reports to show you, unfortunately, because they're all gone. But I did send them before. To SAS, I think, actually. Online. I think I showed you when I did it. But yeah, well, that was a really cool one. And then I think I also did... I did Militant, Canoness, and my Venom Walker, who only has 6 skills. That lost 2,000, I think, on 16s, which is still really, really good. Then I did... Who was the other one I did? Tech think I did tech, then Spen, even though my Spen only has 5 skills. And then the last one. I'm having trouble remembering. I think I just did my Lone Wolf, just because she was another fighter hero. That, again, only ended up losing about 2,000, hitting 16s. Stop using Wrath on tiles, yeah. Yeah. So there's just things you can play with. Even though these heroes only have 5 skills, they're missing even their last one. They can still have use, right? Because zombies aren't like players at all. They're not going to be strong. You have a ton of buffs against zombies, which is essentially what's in a tile, right? Chris, are you that's Sass. Sasuke. What else you guys got for me? What else can we talk about? And again, I hope this is helpful, even a little bit, to anybody, because like I said, the difficulty in this game comes from the fact that the game's not interested in teaching you how to play it. The game doesn't care what you do with your stuff, it just wants you to spend money, right? Sad? No, Sasuke. Sasuke. You know, like Naruto. But yeah, as long as it's even remotely helpful, that's all that's what I want. So I want more people to know how to play the game and sort of have the same kind of passion for the game that I do. I want people to care about their heroes and want to be stronger, rather than just, I'll never beat that guy because I don't have this. I'll never do that because I don't have this. You can't think of things in that terms because the game's very, very pay to win. You have to think of, how can I improve from where I am now, and don't really care about beyond that. What do you think about Candidates? I have 6 skills only. Now, if you had Baneblade, maybe. But 6 skill Canoness is rough because either she plays the front line or the back line. If she's playing the back line, then 6 skills is fine. It doesn't really matter, but you're mixing at that point. Canoness is dope. Canoness is one of my favorite heroes for sure. She does a lot of really, really good stuff. He still affects. Damn, man, change that password. Busted. I've tried Canoness with 6. It's really not as good. Yeah, because Canoness isn't just a support hero. Canoness actually does do some damage. Just a little bit. This one. Right? So she definitely does benefit from having the Awakening as well. A pretty good amount, because it just adds this extra HP, extra might and resistance, plus double the troops, right? So she definitely does benefit from 7. I don't know that I would use Canoness with 6. I think I did, and it wasn't very good. I don't remember, though. Even back row's passive level won't hold up. Yeah, because she is trying to do some damage. A hero like Tech Priestess, a hero like Panther, these heroes aren't interested in hurting the enemy squad, essentially, right? They don't do that. They might hit them with some basic attacks, whatever. But these heroes are not interested in dealing damage to the enemy squad. They're interested in healing your squads and then doing these CC effects, right? So a hero like Tech, you could use with 6 skills. A hero like Panther, you could use with 6 skills. A hero like Prophet, you can use her with 6 skills. No problem. But when it starts coming down to heroes like Death Rider or Countdown or Hummingbird, for example, these heroes that are trying to do high amounts of damage need 7. Minimum 7, ideally maxed, before you really commit to using them. Dat is here. Welcome, Dat. Welcome in, welcome in. Dat is Nevada. Nevada. Call me 6 skills? Well, you're a freak. Your shit's broken. Everybody needs to see this, alright? Everybody needs to see this. Right here. Sasuke's shit is broken. This man is glitched. I don't know how he did it. But if you look here, and you see that his hero gives 145% might in the second row, makes perfect sense. Makes perfect sense because his Kamikaze, or his Wrath, has 8 skills. But his Kamikaze has 6 skills. He doesn't have this one, and he doesn't have this one. So somebody explain to me why he's still getting 150% might. Sasuke's bugged. I don't even know what to say about that guy no more. This should not have 150% might from the hero. This is not how this should work. I don't understand it. That is a problem with the game. This APC I like a lot, actually. How could you? Oh, I outed you. My bad. Oh, no. Oh, no. Now everybody knows. All those people who wanted to attack you, now they'll come out of the woodwork. You're done. It's over. Where are you? Let me show you. Let me show them where you are. Let's get you out of here. I don't even know. I actually have no clue where Sass is. He's not even in my alliance because he hates me. You can get that hero might too if you migrate to 666. Everybody join 666. You just get 150% hero might added on. It's tacked on to the end. HR Profit Cannon. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, you were telling me about it. It's good. I like it a lot. It's very tanky. Very tanky. He does have quite a bit of tech on me, but even still. Even still. Very, very tanky. I like it. Bias ticket. How dare you, sir? Ah, well, I mean, you got to have more fun last season anyway. Can't complain. Uh-oh. Steve. Anybody else? Any questions? What about you, Dat? Welcome to the stream, my man. You got any Eden or hero related questions we could have a discussion about? Next time I do one of these, I'll try to include some talking points and some things I want to touch on. But having said that, I don't feel like we've had a lot of downtime. There's been discussion pretty much the entire time. Thank you, 632-711-602 for the great Eden. Yeah. I just hope we get to have fun this season, man, because we got a lot of power now. Like, it's for reference, CHN at the start of last season had 14G. And before this season even starts, there's still a week where everybody's going to be beefing up their power and everything. We're at 22, right? CHZ, I think, is at 23 or 24. Almost 24. SIV, who used to be TFO, who used to be NBU, whatever you want to look at it, now it's 16. Like this right here, the fact that our top 12 alliances are all over 1 billion power, it's kind of nuts. Kind of nuts. So I'm just hoping we get some fun. Because we've got some very, very strong people who don't want to be bored. I'm not a very, very strong person, but I don't want to be bored also. I was 6. That didn't take me with him in the Super Guild. Oh my god. Dad, how dare you? Explain yourself. We're putting you on the spot. What's the deal? How could you? Poor Zilly. Worked so hard. I'm interested to see who we get matched with this season, honestly. We don't have any indication, right? Like, we don't have anything that is going to tell us who we might match with. Talk about most popular lineups and hard counters, maybe. Yeah. So what is the most popular lineup right now? Isn't still Kami Tech Rat? Some combination of those three? I think so. I think Ana, Predator, Huntress became one of the more used because Huntress just recently came out. But I still think Kami Tech Wrath is one of the most common. I hope we get in the same Eden. I wouldn't wish that. I wouldn't wish that, buddy. So I don't have any control over who we make friends with and who we don't. Not whatsoever. And I've been in a few situations now in a few different seasons where I had to fight my friends. And it was not fun. I would say TP Wrath Cannon with the really big heroes. Really? That's what I use. Well, one of the known counters to some of the good mixes right now is right here. And Sash showed me that one. Excuse me? What are you breaking? Which one of you did that? These damn cats. Hey, stop it! What are you doing? Little psychos, man. Alright. Tech Wrath Cannon. Great APC, right? Great APC. What counters it? Do you know? I actually can't think of it off the top of my head. See, this is the problem. Because I don't have all the best heroes, and I just finished my Baneblade set. I haven't personally had a chance to do all that much testing. I need to go for TP one more skill, and it's good to go. How many skills does she have? Because 6 is good enough. 6 is 100% usable. Absolutely. Without a doubt. So for example, what was it? I was saying one of the shooter counters, I guess, to what is it? Ana, Predator, Huntress, as well as Kami Wrath DR is right there. Shadow Hummingbird Deus does a pretty good job of consistently stopping those APCs. The downside to this APC is if at any point tech gets slotted into that enemy APC, this APC is gonna get crushed like a little baby bird. Like, it's done. It just gets slaughtered by tech. She's such a hard counter to this APC, it's crazy. But having said that, it's still not bad. It's just a more specific APC.
I still think one of the most common APCs used is Kami Wrath Death Rider, but I know a lot of people did start mixing Wrath in and even Death Rider, like Tech Wrath Death Rider. I've seen a few times. I think you used that a little bit, Sass. Um, it is very, very good. I think what would beat this APC? Some really aggressive vehicle APC might beat this. Does Kami Wrath DR beat this? It does, doesn't it? Kami Wrath DR beats this, right? Why can't I remember that? It should. It absolutely should. Yeah, it absolutely should. But anyway, for I have some theoretical knowledge on hero countering and stuff, but still missing some heroes. And like I said, having just got my Baneblade, my own individual testing is still lacking. Hopefully, I'll have a decent rewards from this coming season. Be able to max out some of these heroes, do some proper testing. But not doing bad. I mean, everything here is 7 or 8. Max, 7, max, 7, 7, max, 7, 7, 7, 7. Still, not bad. But now they've changed the hero pools. You guys see those ones? Those ones are less than ideal. I'm quite happy I got my 777 Kami Wrath DR before they changed those, because that shit is rough. We all hope? Yeah. Yeah, I'm saving tickets. I don't have that many. I'm at 63. Actually, did I do this? I don't really want to buy those, actually. I don't want to spend 50,000 diamonds on that. Tech good with 7 skills? Tech is good with 6 skills. What do you mean? Yeah. Tech, like I was explaining earlier. Here, I'll show you why. I'll show you why right now. Because, like I said earlier, this skill, it just has resistance, and this just makes more might, more resistance, more HP, blah blah blah. So it's not going to be bad in any way, shape, or form to have 7 skills, but she will perform a little bit better with it. But ultimately, this is 60% bonus that's going to happen no matter what, right? This is whenever they receive damage, 50% chance to recover. Gonna happen no matter what. Doesn't matter as long as Tech is still alive. She's gonna keep doing that, keep doing that, keep doing that, keep doing that. 50% is really good. 1 turn prep, 50% chance to confuse 2 random enemy squads. Again, this is irrelevant to how many troops she has or how much damage she can deal. None of that matters. Tech with 6, perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Not going to be better than Tech with 7 or Tech with 8, but perfectly fine. Perfectly usable. What's up, Rayhan? Rayhan? I think it's Rayhan. How are you? It's been a long time. I am ashamed to admit I have a horrible memory, and I don't remember where I know you from. I'm sorry. I was 6 with you, Z. Yeah, isn't... I feel bad now because I gave him a hard time earlier, but isn't that in GS8? Or whatever? The same alliance you are? Oh my god, look at me not exploring. What an idiot. Wasting time.
Just wasting it. You should be exploring always. What an idiot. Can't believe it. Unbelievable. Alright. So yeah, anyway, you can use tech with 6. Tech with 6 is totally fine. She gets better with more skills. I would go as far to say you don't need to max tech, honestly. It wouldn't hurt, but I wouldn't use your DD coins or anything like that to chase that 7th skill on tech, because she doesn't really need it. It doesn't hurt her, like I said, but she doesn't need it to do her job. That's why Prophet is okay with 6 as well. Prophet doesn't... less than tech, because she is trying to deal damage, right? A little bit here, I think. No. Yeah. So she is trying to deal a little bit of damage, but it's not like she's trying to do it all the time. So she can still work with 6. This is why I will keep hammering the point home over and over and over again. The only way you want to unlock heroes is get their 5 skills, then get their 8 skill, then get their 7 skill, or 6 skill, then get their 7 skill. Like, that's the order you want to go in, because a lot of heroes are useful as soon as you get that. As soon as you get that. Prophet only 5 skills. Yeah, you can't really use her with 5, but Prophet... how many APCs? She's not in that many APCs, but the one that she is rocking right now, that Heaven's Redemption Prophet Cannon APC, is really good. I really like that one. Quite defensive, stops a lot. Sass got cheat codes? Was he cheating? What'd you do, Sass? I can go and look. Let's see. So, like, for example, Shadow's a hero you wouldn't want to use with 6. Humming's a hero you wouldn't want to use with 6. Deus, I guess technically he can, but because majority of time, if you're using Deus with 6, it's probably because you're missing a lot of heroes. So majority of the time he's going to be your front line. Kami with 6 is okay. It's not ideal, again, because he's a front line. TP is usable, but not front row. She actually can do the front row a little bit, but it is not ideal. Anna can do her entire job with 7 skills. She does not need to be maxed, but it doesn't hurt, because she gets some extra stuff, right? She is doing a little bit of damage. Death Rider, you need 7. You need it with 8 ideal. Death Rider needs to do as much damage as possible. Panther 6. You could use Panther with 6. Wouldn't really change much at all. You just put him in the back row. And then he still does his buffing. Farseer is probably a 7, although it doesn't really matter because she's quite a hefty support character. I probably wouldn't use her if she wasn't maxed, just because she doesn't really do that much. Countdown's a 7. You can use Countdown with 7. Using Countdown with 6 is possible, but again, she does a lot of damage. You want 7. Tech 6. Wrath can do 6, but ideally you want 7. Well, I mean 8, but to use properly you want 7. Cannon is a 7. Technically can work with 6, but she's less efficient because, like I said earlier, she is trying to deal some damage. So it's beneficial for her to have 7. Prophet 6. Glutton is a frontline hero. He cannot do anything else. You need 7. Ideally 8. Don't even bother with Lone Wolf. She fucking sucks. Nomad 7. Ideally 8. Because again, he's a high damage dealer. You want him to have more troops. Koshi 7. Ideally 8. He's a frontline hero. Heaven's Redemption, I believe, can do the majority of his job with 6. But is ideal for him to have 7. Iron Sentinel, forget about him. He's trash. Betrayed, 7. 8 if you're going to use him with... I mean, he's not bad. He does do damage, so 7 or 8 would be ideal for him. I wouldn't use him with 6. It's not that great. Crushers, 7 or 8, because Crusher actually kills himself far more than the enemy really does. So 7 or 8. Valkyrie is interesting. I actually don't. Technically, it looks like she could work with 6. But it's probably ideal for her to have 7 because she is trying to do this. This would do a lot more if you had that 7th skill, as opposed to not having it, because you'll have double the dictator skill, blah blah blah. So she's probably a 7, maybe work with 6. I'm not 100% on that one. Sven, I think, can do a lot of his job with 6 as well, because he's a tile hero and you want him to have a low amount of troops anyway. I still think 7 is ideal for him. Forget about Patriot. Patriot's trash. Forget about Commissar. Commissar eats actual dick and balls. Caesar. Caesar's a 7 for sure. Ideally, you want 8. But again, Caesar's one of those gambling, low percent, 30% chance to hit with this, whatever. Not ideal to use. Venom Walker is interesting. He needs 7 because he is a tanky guy, but he does play the back row, so maybe could work with 6. Doesn't matter regardless, because Venom Walker is so hard countered by Tech Priestess, who is one of the most common heroes being used in the game, that Venom Walker almost is just like DOA. He can't really do anything. Every little bit of damage he does is just like gobbled up by Tech Priestess. Like, she does nothing. He does nothing when he's facing Tech Priestess. So hard countered that it's not even really worth using him, honestly. Vanguard is definitely a 7, ideally 8, because she's your front line. But again, she's one of those dodging heroes. I talked about dodging earlier in the stream. I don't think it's great in particular, just because it's not reliable. Wings of Liberty, 7, ideally 8. Inquisitor, 7, ideally 8. Viscount, 7, ideally 8, although he kind of sucks, and I don't think many people really use him. Executioner, 7 works. I had her with 7 for a very long time, and I used her in my main shooter APC. 7 is fine. She does get quite a bit better when she hits 8. So it is worth doing. Forget about the Flash. He sucks. I don't know shit about these heroes. Actually, we can look at these heroes in a minute here if you want. And I'll give my opinion on them. Dodging Pones. It does when it works. It does when it dodges something that hurts. But when it dodges something that isn't gonna do more than 50 fucking damage anyway, then it's a waste. Huntress, 8. I think you can use Huntress with 7, but I would not use her because Huntress is damage, but she's got no sustain. She will get murked by anything that targets her. So I wouldn't really use her without 8, but it's probably possible to use 7. Sirens is 7. I think she can do some things with 6. But overall, I think Siren's not that great. Predator's a 7. Roses is 7. Organics is 7. Hunks is 7. Wanderer, forget about him. Juggernaut, forget about him. Ivanov, 7. Knight, forget about it. Cincinnatus, forget about it. Professional, fuck him. Janissary, out of here. Warboss is great, but only for utility. Never use him to fight. Falcon's trash. Light of the Pass is trash. Dragon Rage, same as Warboss. Courageous, get him out of here. And I don't even... That's fucking standard orange hero. I went through them all. There you go. That's my list, I guess, of heroes you could use with 6-7 skills. Dodging doesn't pwn, Sass. I can't believe you said that to me. I should ban you. Alright, let's look at lust. Let's have a look-see. 35%. We talked about this earlier in the stream too. 35 is getting towards that low percentage that's scary to rely on, but still not bad, you know? Professional is the same as War Boss and Dragon's Rage, but it's shit. It doesn't matter. What do you need them for? What's the point of making your shooters a little bit faster? You can actually use that ability on your vehicles and at the beginning of the day or whatever to tile fast in Eden and stuff like that. And you can actually use that ability on your Dragon's Rage to make your fighters march faster towards the structures and get more damage in. That's great. But who the fuck cares about professional? Who cares about your shooters being a little bit faster? Fuck out of here. I hate that piece of shit. Alright. 35% chance to deal 300% damage on two random enemy teams. Why is it worded that way? Onto. And cause them to enter a poisonous state. 150% damage for 1 round. The cop says. All squads are immune to 2 confuse effects when your squads turn to... Oh, this hurts my brain. Oh. When your squads turn to act, dealing 250% damage to enemy teams. Silence, disarm, what the fuck is the wording on this skill? What? I'm so confused by this wording. All our squads are immune to 2 confuse effects. Which 2? Is it random? Great. When your squads turn to act, squads is turn to... This is wrong. This is wrong. When your squad is turned to act? Wait. Dealing 250% damage to enemy teams, silence, disarm, suppress, or confuse states every round. If I understand this correctly, it deals 250% damage to enemy teams who are silenced, disarmed, suppressed, or confused every round? This is a fucking weird skill. This is really weird. What is the fastest APC? Define fastest. Marching speed? Anything with War Boss. And T1s. Combat speed? Probably anything with Anna. Look at Vehicle Hero's Awakening skill to add marching speed, add parts and War Boss, and active skill equals fastest APC. Who else adds marching speed? Combat speed. Combat speed. Nope. Combat speed. Nope. Nope. Razor? Combat speed. Combat speed. Combat speed. I don't think there is anyone. GR? Nope. DR is destructive power. From their awakening? No. No. Combat speed. Combat speed is not the same as marching speed. Combat speed. See? Vanguard. Combat speed. Nope. I don't think so, man. I think it's only War Boss who has any control over how fast you march. For vehicles. I mean, obviously Dragon's Rage and Professional will also do that for their respective troop types. Unless organic. Vehicle damage. Huntress? It might all be combat speed. That's what I'm thinking too. Yeah, it certainly looks like it. That it's only War Boss. Not that I can see, unless I missed it, but I think I checked all of them. Didn't I? I think I checked them all. You can even look at these guys, but I don't think... Yeah, I don't think they're gonna... Nah. These are just some shit. This is all the same. Pretty much all the same. Yeah. Nothing. You tripping. Maybe her? What about you? Nope. Not even these ones. Nope. What about neck? You do it? You don't do shit. Nah. I don't think so, man. I believe War Boss is the only one. It's the only one I know of, for sure. Anyway, where was I? I looked at this. The wording is weird. I don't like it. Preparation for 1 round. You mean 1 turn prep. Why do you get all this weird ass wording in your skills? 50% chance to deal 450% damage to 2 random enemy squads. Make them enter to confusion status. Skills and basic attacks targets become random for 1 round. Why does she have such weird wording on all of her skills? Ugh. I don't like. Alright, so 15% might and resistance, standard. 15% damage, decent. And then this is more damage. This is more damage. Might, rather. This one's resistance, yeah. So, this is interesting. I think Lust has the potential to be pretty good. Just based on reading her skills. Obviously, with any new hero, she's going to need testing. And I know we'll point this out just for Sass's sake. Sass says Lust is 100% ripped off from Full Metal Alchemist. I kind of agree. It's weird. It's weird that she looks that similar. And is also named Lust. But anyway, I think Lust has the potential to be really good. This is very dependent on what the fuck this means. Unfortunately, we don't know yet. I have a feeling that this just isn't finished yet. And the wording will be changed when she's actually added to the pool. If that's not the case, then I have no explanation for why she has such weird wording in all of her skills. It doesn't make sense to me. Just one more hero I will never get. You'll get him. Just keep at it. So I think Lust has the potential to be very good. I don't think there has ever been a non-support shooter hero with range 5 skills that has been bad. So that's one reason why you can just kind of almost assume that she's going to be okay, if not fantastic. I think she has potential. I do think she looks stupid. I do hate this. I don't like this. I don't understand why it's on here. I've had discussions with a friend of mine a few times. Why does this exist? We don't know. It seems like they really just added it on at the end because she looked too plain. Nobody's a fan. Anyway, the retrograder. Okay, I just want to say before I even look at this guy's skills, I think he's gonna suck. I think he's gonna be really fucking bad, guys. Not gonna lie, I think he's gonna be really fucking bad. Mainly because General Hero. Why would they do that? I don't know. I think he's gonna be really fucking bad though. But we'll see. So let's look at his skills. They're reaching with their concept designs. I know, I talked about this with a few people. How this guy is not wearing these pants in any way. This belt buckle is over his junk. If you flip this character model around, all you would see was his ass. Because he's not wearing these pants. These pants are down here. You turn him around, his ass is hanging out. He's, I don't know where he thinks he is. Yeah, they're really reaching. Different effects are triggered when the hero carries different types of units. Fighter. Damage receiving damage received by your squad, minus 35%. Vehicle. When two random enemy squads launch combat skills and common attacks. When two random enemy squads use combat skills and basic attacks, the damage caused by the squad is minus 8%, and the effect can be stacked up to 8 layers. What the fuck is this wording? Okay, so that can stack up to 64? Minus 64% damage caused by the squad. Fucking weird, man. In the first 3 rounds, when your squad receives... when your squad receiving a damage... Fuck! When your squad receiving a damage, there is a 65% evasion chance. When your squad receiving a damage, guys, you might dodge. Fuck. I know it's translated from Chinese, but fuck me, dude. This is bad. Look at his awakening. 15%, 15% HP. That's pretty standard. Honestly, I feel like that should be different too. I feel like this should be dependent on who he runs with. If he runs with fighters, he should have more HP. If he runs with vehicles, he should have more combat speed, resistance. If he has shooters, he should have more damage. Why is this the same? I don't know. This is kind of an all-around, like, generally speaking, this is great for fighters. It's not super good for much else tacked on the end. You know what I mean? Like, 50% extra HP is great, but when you could have something else, I don't know. It's typically something you see on fighters. That's all I'm getting at. 50% chance to recover the squad with the lowest value of troops. Recovery rate 270%? And clear the debuff state. And the squads on our side cannot remove pre-battle debuffs. That's fucking wild. That's kind of crazy. That's a lot of healing. 270%? Have we ever seen anybody that high? What's the highest we have now? Like 90? 98? 270%? That's fucking wild. There's no prep. And it's 50%. That's a really good skill. That's crazy. That's an insane amount of healing. Okay. All friendly squads unit countering minus 10%. Why? Starting from the 4th round, the damage caused by our other 2 squads is plus 30%. Why? This skill sucks. This skill's fucking weak. 30%? How do you go from giving him 200... This character is not at all properly balanced. This is weird. I don't like this hero at all. In fact. That's really weird. This skill is fucking bad, yo. Where does he play? He plays in the front row, doesn't he? Probably. Yeah. He probably plays in the front row. That's why he's got this HP. That's why he's got this resistance. He's meant to be a front row hero. This is a very strange hero, and I don't like him. I think this one's gonna suck. It might... This is the only thing I'm thinking. Is because he has this insane healing. Like, why is this guy not a fighter hero? Why are they trying this... This guy should just be a fighter hero. This guy has no business trying to run all 3 types. Why isn't this guy just a fighter hero? This doesn't seem like they're trying to branch out into a new hero type or anything like that. This is a fucking fighter hero that they said, oh, but also he can do this. Like, this guy's meant to be a fighter hero. 100%. He's a front row tank healer. I don't know why they even did any of this. He might be a great fighter hero, but he is not a good vehicle hero, and he is not a good shooter hero. He actually might be an okay vehicle hero. But he's... to me, he's a fighter. He has the... He has stats and skills of a fighter hero. I don't understand this. Why do they do this? This seems pointless. And I don't like this hero. Very strange. I want to see him tested. Because, you know, if he has a crazy APC, I want to know about that. But also, I don't like this. I think this is bad. He should just be a fighter hero. I don't know. Doesn't make sense to me. Don't know. Really weird. Alright, what else we got? New hourly came up. What is it? Fuck off! I don't want to upgrade buildings. Although I should. I really should do something. I still got 4 hours. Fuck it. We'll do it later. Who is this? Should we rob him? Probably can't. Everybody uses Chosen One now. Lakota. How dare you? Damn, Lakota? Damn. I'm busy. Alright, what else we got to talk about? We didn't actually talk about much Eden stuff at all. But that's my fault, because I didn't... Like I said, at the beginning, I don't know, you guys might not have been here to see it, but at the beginning I had said my plan for this was to basically just be mostly freeform. Mostly just talking off the top of my head and interacting with you guys, answering any questions that I can, to the best of my ability. I want to know who mailed me, but I feel like if I open it on stream, it might be a bad time, so I'm not going to do it. You hate him because he's muscle hero. That's rude. No. I think his character design is both of these character designs are kind of bad. This one arguably is better, just because it's at least properly, like, the proportions are correct. Look at this guy's arm. Right, I get this. Hand, cool. Wrist, probably under here, right? What's happening here? Why is his elbow so fucking big? Z is rude. Z is bullying me. He came to my stream to bully me. You know, I feel like I did covered a lot of bases today. Talked about a good amount of stuff. Covered some heroes. Few combinations. I want to... Devs don't have any more ideas. Maybe. I want to have more Eden stuff to talk about, but I don't really know where to start. So everybody's kind of on a different spot when it comes to Eden knowledge. Some people know a lot, some people know the very minimum, and that's fine. I'm just not sure where to begin. This is what I do all the time, by the way, if anyone's ever wondering. If I don't have anything to do, I open up my phone, and I do this. I swipe around the map, and I look at shit, and if I see something I don't like a little rat or something, I go hit him. But this is what I do with the majority of my free time. Now you see why I started streaming. Oh, hi. I didn't want to see that. Oh, do you guys want to see that, actually? Do you guys care about these numbers? These stats mean anything to you? What about these ones? Do anything for you? Are really fixing it up? Units KIA 2. That means I've had 271 million die from attacking? That's what that means? Think so? Or it might be both. It might be attacking or being attacked. I'm not sure. I have so many of these things. The stupid fucking designer... I forget what they're called. Decoration. That's the one. Decoration items that I just never use. From random events. Alright. Well, I think I'm going to wrap it up here for today. Not bad, better than... I think I'm going to wrap it up here for today. Call it an end to this stream. I definitely want... I'll probably stream again. Honestly, I'll probably stream every day this week. Just because I have some free time right now. And... we can... yeah, tomorrow's not... see, that's the thing, is the day depends, right? There's not really that much to do on certain days, but I want to try streaming during the kill event, even though I don't think we're going to have a very active kill event this weekend. I don't think 613 is really going to fight us all that much. I don't even know if 613 has fucking players anymore, honestly. I don't know what is happening with 613. They don't do shit. What are you? Decent. 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 Yeah. What are they? I guess it is building day. I don't know where these people are. They're scoring quite low. FJN 17, ZLM 10, Chi 5. I just don't think we're going to get very much out of this. Honestly, it might be a bit boring. But anyway, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you guys for coming. Probably see you again tomorrow. Do another stream tomorrow. I might try to figure out some things to talk about first. See what's up. Hope any information that I shared today was helpful in any way. And you can always send me messages online, whatever, for questions, and I can address them on the stream if you would like, or I could just answer them for you. I mean, it doesn't really. Either way. But thank you guys for coming. I'll catch you guys later.